Hey guys, Kyle, the Death Knight of Anime here, bringing you my review for One Piece chapter 930. So the chapter starts off by going back in time and showing us that despite the fact that the nation of Kibi itself within Wano Kingdom has turned into a wasteland because of Kaido's factories and whatnot, that there's still one town that has managed to thrive, to pretty much thrive through basically all the hardships of it, and which is basically Ebisu Town. And this is one of those things where it is a breath of fresh air in order to see a town in order to see a town that's pretty much like Ebisu, managing to remain so positive despite Wano's problems. But at the same time, it's still kind of tragic because even if they are still smiling even if they were still smiling without Kaido around in this current situation, it genuinely feels like they're basically smiling. It genuinely feels like they're basically smiling through pretty much all of their pain. So only so that they can remain that last shining beacon of hope in Wano. Like don't get me wrong. If they're happy, then they're happy. But if they're happy, then they're happy. I'm not gonna question it. But at the same time, there's just a part of this that's just kind of seeming kind of tragic. Like just kind of wow that they're really so pretty much dedicated to Wano in order to maintain that kind of facade. And I mean. I guess it also helps that from what we see, that they have their own personal Robin Hood, but yeah, it's amazing how even so, I guess there is a genuine reason to be happy as long as there's someone helping them. But yeah, I feel that there is a tragic element to this, and yeah, like in the. And yeah, so and going off that Robin Hood bit, there was a weird thing in this chapter where in the middle of the chapter, Oda left a note saying how the people of Ebisu got their wealth would be explained, but all we got was a shot of Sanji holding up the capsulated version of his raid suit that his family gave him. So from that, I guess it means that Sanji is basically the Robin Hood that's been helping out the town of Ebisu, meaning he's been doing a little vigilante work on the side, and which is nice in itself. But I do have a bit of a weird thought on that, which I'll get into. I have a weird thought on that, which I'll get into later. But yeah, it's nice knowing that through it all that Sanji has been helping out just this one town, has been able to help out this one town, and that I guess they've had a reason to keep smiling. Although it does kind of raise the question: have they still been smiling over this even before Sanji started helping them? Because if they have been, then yeah, there is still a level of tragedy there for sure. And yeah, after that, beyond that, Oda did not waste a single beat with this chapter in terms of epicness. Because first we had Big Mom confronting Kaido in order to get to the Straw Hats, and then we have the Straw Hats, and then we have Sanji, Frankie, Usopp, and Law that are running away from. Running away after the whole Soba shop incident. And I mean, here's the thing with all this shit going on for me. I mean, I know we're still a little ways away from the Throne Wars actually happening, but like if this chapter is any indication, it proves that Oda is not shying away from basically going full force and setting it up either. I mean, I know these confrontations between the Yonko are considered a natural occurrence in this world, but between these two major events in this chapter, something just has to pop soon. And I'm loving how this one single chapter just escalated things so quickly to the point where, yeah, like it's like all this shit is happening. Oda is legitimately pushing forward, and he's giving us all these things that could potentially just could potentially lead to this grander picture of the grander throne wars. So yeah, like I gotta give out of credit. He just went full force. He didn't give a shit of what he was. He didn't give a shit about what he was gonna do, about how quick or how about how quick or how freaking how shit hitting the fan it was. It was just epic. It really was. Like, holy crap, Oda. I gotta give you props for just pushing forward the way you did here. Um, Now, going back to Sanji's raid suit thing for a second, and like I said, Sanji more than likely is that mysterious vigilante that's been helping the town of Ebisu. Then, like, if Sanji is the mysterious vigilante who's been helping the town of Ebisu, then I'm not sure how I feel about him using his family's tech. I mean, yes, he made peace with them a long time ago, and the only one he still respects for the most part is, I think, Reiju. But at the same time, I don't know. If Sanji has been using his raid suit, then there's something about this whole setup and this whole situation that just kind of feels off to me. I can't even properly explain it, but something about okay, I'll start off by saying that I understand. I understand the reason as to why Sanji is going to be as to why Sanji is going to be using the raid suit in this situation. Like, the situation would definitely call for a little extra firepower, but at the same time, just the fact that Sanji's using his tech, I don't know. There's something about this that feels like it's breaking his character or breaking his motivations. I don't know. It's something that's really hard for me to grasp a hold of on how I feel about, I guess. But so yeah, I'm not sure what I feel about it, to be honest with you. But getting past that, at least I can. But at the same time, and I think a lot of that just comes from the fact that I'm willing to reserve judgment and see how Oda plays this out, and I can also at least say that at least he's not using it in the same way his family does. So there's that as well. And okay, and aside from that, you've basically all heard me talk about this relentlessly, so I'm not going to rehash it too much. But in the chapter, Sanji makes a passing comment about recruiting more forces, and that could mean any number of things, from the Straw Hat Fleet to Blackbeard and Moria, Blackbeard and Moria possibly making a reappearance. But in context of this current situation, I don't want to say it almost it. In the context of this current situation, I think Oda is basically kind of hinting at us that we're probably gonna see that we're probably gonna end up getting reunited with Luffy and Kid. That Luffy and Kid are about to make an explosive reappearance soon. Because whenever a character or a group of characters doesn't show up for a while in One Piece, it usually means that something's up. And the fact that we haven't seen what Luffy and Kid are doing, I can only assume that that their lack of appearances in the manga so far, pretty much plus the passing comment from Sanji, means that Luffy and Kid are about to make an explosive appearance with basically all the prisoners in the mine. Like, Luffy, you know he loves big entrances, so obviously he's gonna recruit every single one of those prisoners in order to make a big grand entrance or something like that. So yeah, I think that's kind of what's being set up here almost. And yeah, the only other thing to take note of is King's Devil power, because between him and Page One, yeah, I think it's definitely more than obvious that Kaido has a prehistoric theme. That there's a prehistoric theme going on with Kaido's crew right now, which, hey, if you're gonna have any kind of recognizable label, that's gonna go with a name like Beast Pirates, then dinosaurs are definitely the kind of beasts to go for. And the fact that King is a pterodactyl devil fruit user just adds a whole new complication, because unless Usopp or Frankie have incredible aim, King seems to be a pretty unbeatable foe in the air right now, and that's another thing I think that I like that was kind of built up with this chapter is that each one of Kaido's top men pretty much taking out Basil and Drake for a set, or I guess including Drake since he's also a dinosaur devil fruit user, but taking out Basil for sure. Every single one of Kaido's like men who has a dinosaur devil fruit user, each of them has a distinct like ability and distinct strength. So yeah, this is a distinct strength that they play off of with their devil fruits. So yeah, this is. I think we're headed for something that's definitely even more gonna be even more complicated to overcome than Big Mom, than the Whole Cake Island arc for sure. Especially considering that just King alone was basically able to sink pretty much Big Mom's ship and Big Mom herself, which I hope Big Mom isn't down and out for good, but yeah, the fact that King was able to do all that is. Yeah, the Beast Pirates, they're definitely no joke. But yeah, guys, that's all I got for this review. If you enjoyed the video, like, comment, subscribe, follow me on Twitter, Facebook, AniList, or Crunchyroll. Death Knight of Anime, signing off. Later, guys.